Did you know that behind one of the greatest prophets in history, Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, was a woman whose wisdom and support changed the course of faith forever? Who was this remarkable and pious woman, and how did her early belief shape the future of a new religion? Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel, Naseeha Studio. Today in this video, we will be talking about one of the greatest and first women who accepted Islam, the religion of his husband, Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. Early life and background of Khadija bint Khuwaylid. Khadija bint Khuwaylid was born around 555 AD in Mecca, a city in the Hijazi region of the Arabian Peninsula. She belonged to the tribe of Quraysh, one of the most respected and powerful tribes in Mecca, due to their role as custodians of the Kaaba, the sacred shrine that attracted pilgrims from all over Arabia. Khadija's father, Khuwaylid ibn Asad, was a merchant of great esteem, and her mother, Fatimah bint Zaidah, was also from a notable family of the tribe. This prestigious lineage positioned Khadija from an early age in a society where lineage and tribal connections were pivotal. Life in pre-Islamic Mecca. Pre-Islamic Mecca was a bustling center of commerce and religion, hosting a variety of cultures and beliefs. The society was predominantly polytheistic, with the Kaaba housing over 360 idols representing various deities. The social structure was rigidly tribal, and commerce was the lifeline of the city, with trade caravans connecting Mecca to far-reaching markets in Syria, Yemen, and beyond. In this vibrant yet patriarchal society, Khadija's upbringing was marked by the values of nobility and trade skills, which were passed down from her father. Her first marriages and widowhood. Before marrying Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, Khadija was married twice. Her first husband was Abu Hala Malak ibn Nabash ibn Zarara ibn at-Tamimi, with whom she had two sons, Hala and Hind. After Abu Hala's death, she married Atiq ibn A'id but became a widow once again. These experiences of marriage and widowhood provided Khadija with not only the resilience but also a considerable wealth and the acumen needed to manage her own affairs. Her status as a twice-widowed woman who successfully maintained her late husband's businesses showcased her exceptional capability and independence, rare for women of her time. Rise as a businesswoman. Following her second husband's death, Khadija took over the business operations, stepping into a role that was traditionally held by men. She expanded the business and became one of the most successful merchants in Mecca. Her caravans traveled extensively, and she traded goods ranging from spices and incense to textiles and perhaps even precious metals. Khadija's reputation for honesty, fair dealings, and keen business intelligence earned her the nickname Amirat Quraysh, meaning the Princess of Quraysh, and At-Tahira, the Pure One, reflecting her esteemed social and moral standing. Characteristics and skills that set her apart. Khadija's success in a male-dominated industry was not only due to her inherited wealth and social status, but also her exceptional personal qualities. She was known for her sharp intelligence, wise decision-making, and a profound sense of empathy and charity. These attributes made her respected not only amongst her peers, but also by the larger community in Mecca. Her ability to maintain and grow her wealth independently allowed her to exert considerable influence within her social and economic circles. Khadija's early life and ascent as a leading businesswoman set the stage for her future role as a supportive wife to Muhammad and an early convert to Islam, which had profound implications for the new faith's establishment and spread. Her story in the context of pre-Islamic Arabia highlights her extraordinary deviation from the typical roles expected of women, providing a powerful narrative of female empowerment and leadership. Marriage to Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. The proposal and marriage arrangement. Khadija's marriage to Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, was unique and significant in many aspects, particularly given the social norms of their time. Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, then known for his integrity and honesty, was working for Khadija, managing her caravans. Impressed by his prudence and ethical conduct, Khadija proposed marriage to Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, through a third party, her friend Nafisa. At the time, Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, was 25 years old, while Khadija was 40, a widow with children. This proposal itself was extraordinary, as it broke the conventional norms where men typically initiated marriage proposals. The marriage arrangement was straightforward and dignified, reflecting the simplicity of both Khadija by close family members and friends. This union was based on mutual respect and admiration, marking the beginning of a deeply supportive and loving relationship. Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, as a husband and business partner. Khadija and Prophet Muhammad's, peace be upon him, marriage was marked by extraordinary mutual respect and partnership. Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, continued to manage Khadija's business affairs, and with his help, the business flourished even more. Their relationship was built on a strong foundation of trust and companionship, which was evident in how they managed both household business affairs, and with his help, the business flourished even more. Their relationship was built on a strong foundation of trust and companionship, which was evident in how they managed both household and business matters together. In a society where men often had multiple wives, Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, remained monogamously married to Khadija for 25 years until her death. This fact underscores the depth of their bond and Prophet Muhammad's, peace be upon him, respect and love for Khadija, which was not typical of the time. Their marriage set a precedent for the ideal marital relationship in the early Islamic community, emphasizing equality and partnership. The dynamics of their partnership, Khadija's role in Prophet Muhammad's, peace be upon him, life, transcended the traditional marital roles. She was not only a wife, but also a confidant and the first person to believe in his prophethood. When Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, received the first revelation from the angel Gabriel, he was understandably shaken and distressed. It was Khadija who comforted him and reassured him of his sanity and mission. Her famous words affirming her faith in him and his prophetic mission were a crucial support for Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, during the uncertain early days of his prophetic experience. Khadija's belief in Prophet Muhammad's, peace be upon him, mission was unwavering, and she was instrumental in the initial spread of Islam. She used her wealth and influence to support Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, helping to shield the early Muslim community from the socio-economic sanctions imposed by the Quraysh tribe. Her contributions were not just material. Her emotional and moral support helped sustain Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, through the challenges of his early prophetic life. The marriage of Khadija and Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, stands out as a model of partnership and support. Khadija's role was pivotal. Her resources, influence, and personal strength were critical in the establishment of Islam. Her story is a testament to her profound impact, not just as a supportive wife, but as a leader and a believer in her own right, making her an essential figure in Islamic history. Early believer and supporter of Islam. The first revelation that Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, received was a pivotal moment in Islamic history, marking the beginning of what would become the Quran. This beautiful experience occurred in the solitude of the cave of Hira, where Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, would often retreat for prayer and reflection. During one of these retreats, the angel Gabriel appeared to him, delivering the first verses of the Quran. Overwhelmed and deeply shaken by this encounter, Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, returned home to Khadija in a state of fear and confusion. Khadija's role in this critical moment was instrumental. As the first person to whom Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, confided, she provided immediate emotional support and reassurance. Her famous response was an affirmation of her unwavering belief in his integrity and his prophetic mission. She told him that Allah would never forsake him, highlighting his virtues of kindness, honesty, and justice. Khadija's belief in her husband's experience served as a foundational support for the nascent religion of Islam. Support and advocacy. Khadija's immediate and unconditional acceptance of the revelation marked her as the first convert to Islam. Her conversion is not merely symbolic, but was active and dynamic. She was instrumental in advocating for Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, and supporting his mission. Not only did she offer emotional and moral support, but she also utilized her wealth and resources to aid the spread of Islam during its most vulnerable early days. Her home became a refuge for Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, and his followers, providing a safe space for prayer and discussion. This support was crucial during a time when Muslims faced persecution and social ostracism from the powerful Quraysh tribe. Khadija's status and influence in Meccan society provided a protective buffer that allowed the early Muslim community to grow and stabilize. Impact on early conversions. Khadija's belief in Islam and her high standing in society encouraged others to consider Prophet Muhammad's, peace be upon him, teachings more openly and seriously. She was instrumental in the conversion of key figures who would go on to play significant roles in the history of Islam, including her cousin Waraqah bin Nawfal, who was among the first to affirm that Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, had indeed been chosen as a messenger by God. Her active role in the community helped foster an environment where new converts felt supported both spiritually and materially. Many of these early converts were poor or slaves, and Khadija's generosity helped sustain them during the boycott and persecution phases that the early Muslim community endured. Khadija's early belief and support for Islam were not just pivotal in the religion's establishment, but also in providing a model of faith and leadership within the community. Her actions laid a foundation of support that would carry the new faith through its most precarious years. Khadija's story as an early believer and supporter underscores her role as not just a wife of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, but as a crucial figure in her own right, whose contributions helped shape the destiny of Islam. Her faith, coupled with her socio-economic influence, makes her an enduring figure of resilience and commitment in the history of Islam. Life during the early days of Islam. Socio-political climate in Mecca. The early days of Islam were marked by significant challenges, primarily due to the socio-political environment of Mecca at the time. The city was an important trade hub and religious center, home to the Kaaba, which housed numerous idols worshipped by various tribes. The Quraysh, the dominant tribe to which Khadija and Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, belonged, had considerable economic and political power, derived largely from their role as custodians of the Kaaba. The introduction of Islam, with its monotheistic message, posed a direct threat to the polytheistic beliefs traditionally held by the Quraysh and jeopardized their economic interests associated with the pilgrimage industry. As Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, began preaching the message of Islam, he and his followers faced increasing hostility and persecution from the Quraysh, who saw their new faith as a disruptive force in Meccan society. Personal sacrifices. During these turbulent times, Khadija's support was crucial. She made significant personal sacrifices to help shield and sustain the early Muslim community. One of the most trying periods was the boycott of the Hashim clan, Prophet Muhammad's, peace be upon him, family, by the Quraysh. The boycott was severely oppressive and meant that no one in Mecca could marry or trade with members of the Hashim clan, cutting them off economically and socially. Khadija used her wealth to buy food and supplies, which were smuggled to the besieged Muslims in the Shib Abi Talib, a narrow pass where the Muslim community was forced to live during the boycott. This period was marked by extreme hardship, including hunger and deprivation. Despite her previous status and wealth, Khadija never hesitated to use her resources for the welfare of her community, enduring the same hardships as everyone else. Her health began to deteriorate due to the stress and privation suffered during these years. The toll on her health showcases the depth of her commitment and the personal costs associated with her support for Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, and the nascent Muslim community. Her role as a mother and mentor. In addition to her support as a wife, Khadija also played a pivotal role as a mother and mentor within the early Muslim community. She was a mother to 6 children with Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, 4 daughters and 2 sons who died in infancy. Her daughters, particularly Fatimah, would play significant roles in the history of Islam. Khadija's influence extended beyond her immediate family. She mentored other women and men in the early Muslim community, providing them with guidance and an example of steadfast faith and resilience. Her home, shared with Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, became a center for religious instruction and refuge, where the early teachings of Islam were discussed and the community was strengthened. The early days of Islam were characterized by significant adversity, driven by the socio-political dynamics of Mecca and the economic threats that the new religion posed to the established order. Khadija's personal sacrifices, her role as a protector and provider, and her status as a mother and mentor were fundamental during this formative period. Her contributions not only supported Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, in his mission, but also helped sustain the emerging Muslim community through its most precarious times. Khadija's life during these early days serves as a powerful testament to her faith, resilience, and leadership, marking her as one of the most influential figures in the history of Islam. Legacy and death of Khadija. Final years. Khadija's final years were marked by continued support for Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, and the Islamic faith, despite the severe hardships that the early Muslim community faced. The social and economic boycotts imposed by the Quraysh severely affected her health and financial status. Previously a wealthy merchant, Khadija spent much of her fortune supporting the nascent Muslim community, which faced intense persecution in Mecca. Her generosity and commitment remained unwavering until her health began to decline. Despite these challenges, Khadija's faith never faltered. She remained a central figure in the community, providing guidance and support. Her role as the first believer and a steadfast supporter of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, and his mission was crucial in the survival and spread of Islam during its most vulnerable period, death and its immediate impact. Khadija passed away in 619 AD, a time referred to as the Year of Sorrow, which also saw the death of Prophet Muhammad's, peace be upon him, uncle and protector, Abu Talib. Khadija's death was a profound loss for Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. He deeply mourned her passing, and her death marked a significant turning point in his life. The support and peace that Khadija provided had been a source of immense strength for him, and her death left him vulnerable, both emotionally and politically. Khadija's burial took place in Mecca in a cloak that Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, provided, demonstrating the deep love and respect he held for her. Her grave became a symbol of her life's work and dedication to the cause of Islam. Legacy. Khadija's legacy in Islamic history is profound. She is remembered not only as the first convert to Islam and the wife of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, but as a woman of great strength, virtue, and faith. Her role as a businesswoman who broke the norms of her time, coupled with her contributions to the early growth of Islam, makes her one of the most respected figures in Islamic history. Her story is often cited as an example of piety, dedication, and the important role women have played in Islam. Khadija has been a role model for Muslim women through the centuries, embodying the qualities of independence, resilience, and unwavering support for truth and justice. Reflections on her influence. Khadija's influence extends beyond her immediate contributions during her lifetime. Her support helped lay the foundation for the early Muslim community, providing the necessary stability and protection that allowed Islam to grow and eventually flourish. The love and respect that Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, continued to show for her even after her death, mentioning her often with great reverence, underscores her significant impact on his life and the Islamic faith. Khadija's story resonates with the idea that behind every great man, there is a great woman. In the case of Islam, her early acceptance and promotion of the faith were critical at a time when Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, faced immense challenges. Her belief in her husband as the Prophet of Allah and her subsequent actions to support this belief were pivotal in the establishment of a religion that would grow to be one of the world's major faiths. Khadija remains a timeless example of courage, loyalty, and spiritual strength. Her life and legacy continue to inspire millions around the world, serving as a guiding light for both men and women in the Muslim community. Her death did not end her influence. It reinforced her status as one of the most important figures in the history of Islam. Reflection and analysis of Khadija's role in Islamic history. Khadija's role in Islamic history. Khadija bint Khuwaylid's contributions to Islam go far beyond her status as the first convert and the wife of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. Her influence was multifaceted, encompassing her support during the early revelations, her use of wealth to aid the nascent Muslim community, and her moral and emotional support to Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. Her actions during the formative years of Islam demonstrate a profound commitment to the faith and its propagation, setting a precedent for future generations. Historically, Khadija is often celebrated for her role in providing a stable foundation for the early Muslim community. Her ability to manage and deploy resources effectively underlines her acumen as a businesswoman and her strategic importance in the early days of Islam. This aspect of her life offers a powerful narrative about the role women can and have played in leadership and support within religious contexts. Modern perspectives. In contemporary discussions within the Muslim community, Khadija serves as a symbol of piety, entrepreneurship, and the empowered woman. Her story challenges some modern stereotypes about Muslim women by showcasing the significant role she played, both within her family and in broader society. Modern Muslims often refer to her story as an example of the dignity and respect that Islam has historically accorded to women. Her legacy is also invoked in discussions about gender roles in Islam, highlighting her as a figure who seamlessly integrated family responsibilities with business leadership and religious faith. In a world where the rights and roles of Muslim women are often debated, Khadija provides a precedent of empowerment and active participation in both religious and economic spheres. Khadija's life story is more than a historical account. It offers valuable lessons about faith, resilience, and leadership. Her unwavering support for Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, during the uncertain early days of Islam, her financial contributions to protect and sustain the early Muslim community, and her role as a mentor and leader all set a profound example. These elements of her life illustrate the impact one individual can have on the development of a major world religion. Reflecting on what Khadija teaches us about leadership and faith, it's evident that her influence was both revolutionary and enduring. Her story provides a narrative of empowerment, showing how faith and action can intertwine to forge a path that supports not only an individual's personal beliefs, but also the growth and protection of an entire community. Khadija's life and legacy offer a compelling insight into the dynamics of early Islam and provide a source of inspiration for how individuals today might consider the roles of faith, support, and leadership in their own lives. As the First Lady of Islam, her contributions continue to resonate, offering a powerful example of how one person's faith and determination can echo through centuries. The life of Khadija bint Khuwaylid stands as a towering example of strength, faith, and leadership within both the history of Islam and the broader narrative of influential women in history. As the first wife of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, and the first convert to Islam, her role was pivotal not only in her personal support of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, but also in the early establishment and spread of Islam. Her contributions, ranging from her unwavering support during the initial revelations to her strategic use of wealth and influence, were crucial during some of the most critical moments of Islamic history. Khadija's story transcends time, offering lessons of resilience and dedication that are relevant to contemporary discussions about gender roles, leadership, and faith. Her ability to balance roles as a business leader, a supportive wife, a loving mother, and a community leader illustrates her multifaceted capabilities and her significant impact on her society. Her legacy continues to inspire not just women, but all individuals within the Muslim community and beyond, to strive for justice, to lead with compassion, and to support one's beliefs with both action and conviction. Reflecting on Khadija's life, we see a narrative that not only enriches our understanding of early Islamic history, but also challenges us to consider the profound effects that steadfast faith and support can have on the world. Her story is a testament to the powerful role that supportive and strong individuals can play in the shaping of world events and religious movements. Khadija's life reminds us that behind every great movement, there are great individuals who, with their foresight, courage, and unwavering commitment, pave the way for future generations. Khadija bint Khuwaylid is not just a historical figure to be remembered. She is a source of inspiration, a model of early Islamic piety, and a beacon of enduring influence. Her life and legacy continue to teach us about the profound impact of supporting one another in faith, the importance of resilience in the face of adversity, and the powerful role of women in shaping history. As we reflect on her contributions, we are reminded of the enduring truth that great changes often start with the courage of a single person who dares to believe and act on their convictions. Thanks for tuning in to today's video. If you enjoyed this video and found it interesting, please give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and subscribe for more content celebrating the Islamic heritage. Your support really helps spread these important stories and teachings.